6.6 is solve multiplication problems in which one factor is a decimal number. So if you're following along at home, you could do this on pages 130. I took pieces. I did 131, 132. I took a piece off of 133, and then we're going to talk about 134. A lot of this should be review. I'm going to use a lot of money examples off the get-go so you can see how this translates to money. Because remember that decimals are part of the whole. Doesn't have the fraction line, but it is a piece of the whole. Just like 1 penny is part of what? The dollar, right? So, if I'm looking at the first example here, the Ruiz children had a yard sale. They sold some old toys. They made a table to show how many toys they sold and how much money they earned. Okay, so basically if you're writing notes and you don't want to write the whole table in, here's what I would do. I would just write these problems in, okay, so that you can see the examples. So if you're taking notes, here's what I would do, just so you have some examples of decimals in there, okay? I would write these in there. And I know it's kind of fuzzy. I wish I could make it less fuzzy. I'm not really sure how to do that, other than to make it bigger, which I don't think helps. So these Ruiz kids had 3 jump ropes. Each jump rope was worth 9 cents. So they did 3 times 9 cents. We all know what 3 times 9 is. What is it? 27 cents, yeah? So if I were to put a decimal form in there, you would have 3 times 0.09. You with me? It's still going to equal 27 cents. Am I right? Because 3 times 9 is 27. But you have some decimal action in here when you're talking about money. Okay? We're going to do another one. I'm not going to do any explaining. I just want you to see some examples and see if maybe your brain starts to build those neuron connections. Let's see if I can see some electricity in here today. So they had 4 marbles. They were 2 cents each. What's 4 times 2? 8. So if I were to do 4 times, I still have 8 cents. It just looks like that. Okay? Let's do another one. 6 toy cars at 12 cents each. So you have 6 times 12 equals 72 cents. Just like 6 times 12 is 72. What I want you to watch is the bobbing decimal. The bobbing decimal. Where is the decimal in the answer? Where is it in the problem? Because right now you only have 1 decimal. One of your factors has a decimal. That's what our lesson is today. You're multiplying by whole numbers. One is a whole number, one has a decimal. So the last one is 5 times 30 cents. What's 5 times 30? 150. We know that. So if I was doing 5 times 30 cents, I'm going to have $1.50. Are you following me so far? Are you starting to see any patterns? Yeah. How did they know the number of decimal places in each product in the last column? How did they know where to put the decimal? Some of you say, what I'm hearing some of you say is that there are 2 places when it comes to cents, right? And when I say 2 places, this is what I'm talking about. Place 1, place 2. Place 1, place 2. Look, place 1, place 2, place 1, place 2. There's 2 places when it comes to where the decimal goes. So that's something important to notice, and I did hear some of you notice that. Okay? Well, how much money did they earn altogether in dollars? Well, you're going to line up all of those decimals, and then you're going to add just like normal, okay? $2.57 is how much they earned in dollars. Now, in the next example, it gets to be a little bigger number with some decimal in it. Mia saves change from her lunch money each day. She gets 34 cents in change, and she has been saving it for 26 days. So, Mia used the steps below to find how much money she has saved so far. So, step one is what she did is she multiplied by the number in the ones place. So the ones place is which number? 6, right? So she did 6 times 4 cents, because she saved 4 cents for 26 days, yes? If she takes apart 34, because that's a number she can easily multiply, I would write out these steps in your notes is what I would do. First, she did 6 times 4 cents. What is 6 times 4? We all know that. 24 cents. Okay. Then she did 6, because that's the 6 of the 26 days. In case you're wondering, where did she get the 6 from? She got the 6 from the 26. That's the ones place. And then she multiplied it by the 30 cents. So basically what she's doing is she's taking the 26 days and she's doing it 20, and then she's dealing with the 6. And she took the 34 cents and she's doing 30 cents and then 4 cents. That's what she's doing. So 6 times 30, that's another one we can do really easily. 6 times 3 is 18. Add the 0. We have $1.80 and 24 cents. Her second step is to multiply by the number in the tens place. So what's the number in the tens place in the 20? 2. And what's the number in the tens place in the 30? 3. So 20 times 4 cents, 20 times 4 is what? 80 cents. So you're going to put a dollar sign, a 0, a decimal point, and an 80. Then she did 20 times 30 cents, or 20 times 30. See, what they're doing here is they get rid of the decimal for you. Just because what I'm trying to show you is that the decimal doesn't change how you multiply. So you just got to remember where to put your decimal. Then you add it. It doesn't change the way you're multiplying. You just got to remember where that decimal was. Okay? So 20 times 30 is what? Wow, guys. 60. So it would be 60 cents, which is another dollar sign, a 0, and 60. So if you were to add all of these up, what would you get? Nobody saw my mistake? Alyssa, you didn't speak up though, my girl. You see Mrs. Crane mess up. What did I mess up? Alyssa, tell me, what's 60 dimes? It's $6. I actually made that mistake on purpose this time. Yes, I really did. And nobody caught it. Nobody spoke up. If you caught it, say, ah, Mrs. Crane, you messed up. And I own it, right? All right. So no, it's not going to be, you guys are so lazy. Lazy. I so did that on purpose. 10 dimes is in a dollar. If you see 60 dimes, what do you automatically know? $6. So, should be $8 and what? 84 cents, I think is what it's supposed to be at. 84 cents. So, what I want you to see is in the problem, it was 34 cents for 26 days. How many decimal points are in the problem? There are 2 decimal points in the problem. So how many does there need to be in the answer? Decimal places are in the problem. 3, right here. What do we call this? The tenths and the hundredths. So there needs to be the tenths and the hundredths in the answer. All right? For time's sake, for my video watchers, we figured out that if there's a 0 in the multiplying, there's a 0 in the answer. So hopefully you're able to see our color coding up here. The 0 shifts. So we multiplied by the 1's place in blue, the 10's place in green, and the 100's place in red. So our answer is $144. Here, what they want us to concentrate on number 6 is they want us to concentrate on what twice is. Whenever you're multiplying by 2, what are you actually doing? You're adding it again, right? Anything you do twice, you're going to add again. So cinnamon at 4/100ths of a ton, 2 times 4/100ths of a ton is 8/100ths of a ton. So what are you doing over here if you're adding? Okay, I'm going to multiply this like I don't even see the decimal. So 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 0 is, 9 times 6 is, okay, placeholder. 1 times 1 is, 1 times 0 is, 1 times 6 is 9, 1, 4. There's 2 decimal places in the problem. There's 2 in the answer. Okay? Okay, for this last one, I'm going to do partial products because I think it's healthy to see that. Okay? 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times a tenth is 0. Right? I don't want to do decimals. Just remember how many places we're doing here. 1 times 2 is 200, or 2 in this case. 10 times 3 is, okay. 10 times 0 is, okay. 10 times 2 is, 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2. Yeah. And then I have to do 100 times 3 is 300. 100 times 0 is 0. 100 times 200. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 3, we have 3, we have 5, we have 2, and we have 2. How many decimal places do we have in the answer question? 1. So my hint to you is this is nothing new. Multiply like you usually multiply. Just pay attention to how many decimal points are in your problem or in your factors, because those same decimal places will be in your answer. All right? So I want you to start thinking